ASMR video. Today's video, we're going to be scripting a simple horror game atmosphere and a horror game itself. Just a simple basic thing, really. I wanted to do this with you guys, so just relax, take a deep breath in and out. Out. Let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is, as you can see, we have the player starter here and some lighting. We all know that in a horror game, we want the scenery to be a bit dark. To do this, let's select our directional light, change our light color to a more black color, like so. We can change it to a more grayish color actually, and just lower the intensity to, let's do 0.2. Now it's pretty dark. Voila. Let's save this to, let's call this, let's just name it new map, that's fine. Now, next we're gonna create the character, okay? The character. So, first of all, create a new pooper class. This allows us to create any class to hold logic in and design our gameplay. Actor is anything that can be spawned in the world. For example, a character is a type of pawn, which can be controlled by the player, or a pawn can be possessed from a controller. Controllers controls the character. With that said, we want to create a game mode base, a controller, and a character. Create a character first. We can call this player character. Now, this up. This is the main window. And we don't need to set a motion. So it could be first person based. So we'll just add components as we need them. Okay. Now that that's done, first of all, let's actually delete these two. We don't need these two. We're not going to be using event tick or actor begin overlap. We will be using begin play off of here. We want to get our controller and do something. We don't even have to do it in the player, we can do it in the controller, so we'll do that. Call this player. Okay. It's player controller. Event graph. We can play. We can go delete on that. We're gonna simply add the enhance input if we're wanting to use enhance input. I can show you how to use plugins. So, enhance input already enabled, thankfully. So, select a new context. Save. So now, so if we do input, spin time input action, this flashlight one, we can have that in here. So, flashlight, control bindings, we'll delete this one. We're just gonna add the character. So we'll do that. Also, we won't be able to move our character around, right? So the way we'll do that is we'll actually create some mappings for controlling our character. Do that here. So, save all. We'll add C. I'm actually using the regular input for this. I'm more familiar with it for this type of system. So we can use the regular input. X mappings. Add two of them. We'll do forward. Key W skill 1. And another one skill negative 1. We can always play with these values later if we need to. D is 1. A is negative 1 to negate it. Just like that. So all we have to do is in our player controller, I think we can do it in our character actually, which we should do. Yeah, we'll do it in our character. So right down here, we're going to get our do is right here. We're going to add direction. This first one is the scale value. For the world direction, we're simply going to plug this in to wherever we're facing. So we're going to do get just like that. What this does, it gets the vector length from actor in world space. So where we're facing, we'll forward that way. Does that make sense? So now, right. And here we're just gonna do the same thing. Except we're gonna, instead of doing the forward vector, we're gonna do it along the other axis. So for now, I'm probably gonna not worry about that. Because this is such a simple thing we're doing after all. But I'll delete this for now. We can just focus on moving forward, backward. Now we want to add the flashlight event. We can do so. We're gonna call this all started. This executes once only. To add the flashlight, it's pretty simple. You can just add it's called a, I believe, spotlight. So you want to add a spotlight, probably right about here, where the face would be. So right where the camera would be. So let's get the camera component. Let's move that up. This will be spotlight 1. If we can change the setting, we can do intensity wherever we want. The radius wherever we want. We're going to add it to 500. 35. That's fine. Inner angle and outer angle. And then we can even add another one to this one could be like less big. And then, yeah, just like that. We'll go back into our event graph right here. Just what Boolean variable is using question mark. It's false. It's the graph. We can simply hold B and click if this flashlight is active, we want to set it inactive. It's not active. When this button is pressed, we want to set it active since the player is now activating the flashlight. So get your spotlight 1 and 2 into a set visibility. Make sure it's visible. Copy and paste this. Control C, Control V. For true, we'll set it to invisible. By default, we should make sure these visibility is invisible, since we're trying to activate it as a flashlight. Now, play. Forward, back. One more thing I forgot to do. I forgot to create a game mode that overrides this. So let's do that. That's why we can control the character. Game mode base to new blueprint. Set the default player controller to player controller. I believe this is the right one. Just repeat this. Make sure it's the right one. 12. Default pawn class will do character right here. Make sure that we do this. Yeah. We can move forward. We can't move left to right because we haven't set that up yet. But there you go. The flashlight's working. Now it's not disabling it. So we'll have to figure out why that is. And I believe it's because it's unstarted. Oh, I know why. It's because if we're not setting this boolean back so far, we want to set this to false, and then set this to true. My bad, guys. That's all. That's my bad. So now we want to set the mouse input for using the mouse. Again, we'll do this in the project settings and the regular input. We're going to go add our axis mapping. Call this look right. Another one. Call it up. It's the right to be. We want it to be less mouse. We want it to be mouse. Mouse X. So mouse X. I believe that's correct. Just mouse X again. If it's wrong, we can always change it. And then for lookup, we'll need mouse Y. So mouse Y is like that. I believe this one needs to be -1. But we'll try that way. Mouse Y 1. So let's try this. I can't move my mouse. It's been scripted, but as you can see, working, as you can see. That's a good thing. Now, do controller input. Okay. This one, add controller pitch input. Okay. So we want to do it like that. Let's test this out. Okay, so left and right's working. Down not. Left and right is working. That's a good sign. But looking up and down's not. Which is not good. But that also could just be because our camera doesn't have this setting enabled. So we'll try that. See, now it's working. It's working now. The flashlight is not in the right position. So another thing we'll do is we'll put these spotlights as children of the cameras. They rotate with it. And maybe move on down just a little bit. Okay. Then in this map we can add some stuff to adjust it out with. There's a box or something. Like a box right here. Test it with. Sure, it's on the ground. And then we got our box. Oh, look at that. See, look, we got our flashlight. It's working. Look at that. Very cool. So, we might do another part of this project as ASMR with you guys later down the road. But this concludes the part 1 at the very least. I hope you guys enjoyed my ASMR session. Please subscribe if you like my content. And let me know what you think. So, Queen AC32 is going to sign out here. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And keep happy, that's all I can say. And just relax and have a good one. Take care, everybody.